our channel, we are team crushing the meta, and I'm here for you guys, as you can see, with a standard deck profile and the matches. I will do the matches first and then I could go through the deck, but most importantly is I've been getting questions lately for Spike Standard, and people have been asking me like what to do against this deck and what to do against that deck, and I thought, well, I'm training already for the regionals that we are getting in the Netherlands this month. It's only standard, so I'm testing more standard and not giving too much thoughts to premium yet. But I thought, why not to show you some of the replays that of the matches that I played. This is an interesting match against Kagero, where I could show you like a different playstyle. This is actually the same deck that I use right now. I think that I only changed one thing in it, and that's adding one extra draw trigger. So what you want to do against Kagero first, of course, you write to grade 1 and you don't call anything so that you don't give him a good Berserk Dragon. Right here he attacked me and I got a trigger, which was good. And then he attacked with Nahalem and it was a 1 to pass and he didn't get anything, so that's good for me. Now he rushed me, so it's time for me to rush him back. So I've made a good field and I just wanted to get rid of some of his rear guards or deplete his hand. Again, attack to the rear guard, it's okay. I want to get trigger to put it on the mini guard right there, and just to get the skill of my commander to make my hand better. I also just dislike Nahalem because he doesn't cost much and he does get the extra 5k. Right here, of course, he could get rid of my Wonder Boy. I was okay with that. I knew that would cost me a lot of cards from hand. Attack the Vanguard. Right here, I should have had a PG. I didn't, which this is perfect. And then he attacked me and I had to take the 2 crits, which is alright because I can still make some of the pluses if I had Spike Monster in my hand, but I didn't. So right here I thought to make like say a small rush, and I got my Spike Monster. The mistake that I made right here is I had to call the Gyro Slinger first, activate his skill, resolve his skill, and then call the Juggernaut. If I did that, then I would have an extra Juggernaut in my hand, but it's more like an extra card in my hand, which is good in the most situations. So that was alright. That would mean that I have to rush him more and call the Gyro Slinger right here. Of course, activated the skill of Juggernaut on this Gyro Slinger and also on the commander to make my Siegfried stronger, because I knew that he didn't have a PG in his hand, and also I wanted this column to hit. This column was 33, so he had to intercept or give more, and he did that as well. This is 56 because also this Gyro Slinger get 5k. He had to let this attack hit, which means I can Soul Blast 2 and then restand and kill one of his Ragguards as well. 25 to the face, he could guard that with a critical trigger, 28. And then I wanted to get rid of all of his Ragguards so he doesn't have a strong turn. So that's why Juggernaut went to the Vanguard. You could also go for the Vanguard, it doesn't matter, depend on your playstyle. He got rid of Bouncer and Cannon with Nahalem, and of course Waterfall. He had a Waterfall in his hand, I didn't expect that. Waterfall attacked my Vanguard, meaning that I need at least 35 shield to do that 2 to pass. Or the 1 to pass, and then because I had also the Gyro Slinger in my hand, I could do the 2 to pass. So he got a draw and a heal. This is when the game shifted momentum, because I gave him a 2 to pass and he went through that, and that would put me at 5 damage. From this moment on, you could only recover if you have no field, if you have a Gyro Slinger on the field, or you have a Spike Monster. The Gyro Slinger will act and make your field better, because any card that you have in your hand could become better, and that's when the the Gyro Slinger right here became handy and was able to give me a good high speed bracket. Of course, my General Siegfried skill was activated once, so he's 33. Again, he had to PG this one, and that would mean that he will have no cards left in his hands. Heal trigger, which is perfect, so I could deal 1 damage, and the mini guard, that's also perfect. The Baraki will attack for a ridiculous high number on his rear guard as well. Again, I didn't want him to have too much attacks. So right here he destroyed my Braki and he wanted to go to the Vanguard. This is another mistake that I've made. I could have just taken this attack, because if I guard this with the 2 cards that I have in my hand, even it doesn't matter, because if he got a crit, he gave it to the Vanguard, that would still be able to hit my Vanguard and I couldn't do anything about it. So it wasn't a smart move. It could have saved me 1 card in my hand. But at the same time, I did get a draw trigger, which made my hand a bit better. Calling a new Spike Monster to the field by the skill of Siegfried. Of course, I can't use this skill because I don't have any counterblast left, but I do have 2 cards in my hand, which mean that I could call them to the field and just go all out. So 28 to the Vanguard, he took that, and then he had to PG or G guard my Vanguard. That would mean I need to get 1 crit to finish the game off, and that's exactly what I got. Also, he said it's 1 to pass, which was ridiculously stupid, let's say, because otherwise the attack would definitely go through and that would be GG. So that's it for this game against Kagero. Next game that I will show you is against GBlue. Alright, so Spike Brothers in generals have a problem against Protect lands, and as you can see right here from my starting hand, I kept the PG in my hand because I knew that, of course, definitely eventually he will go to Berserk and then I'll have to use multiple PGs to guard that. And he went first right into Cutlass and I right into Gyro Slinger, and then call the Commander Cannon from my hand. I didn't activate the skill of Gyro Slinger because there is no reason to call a new Vanguard if you have the Spike Monster in your hand, because a smart GBlue player will attack into the Vanguard and doesn't give you the counterblast to use your Spike Monster. The same as with playing against Kagero and not giving them their Berserk Dragon. So this moment on, he didn't have any grade 2 in his hand and he needed to do a G assist or an assist, and then he got rid of 2 grade 1s from his hand, which was okay for me. I wanted to take this damage, and this moment on, of course, I go with Spike Monster. The thing that I do against GBlue is if I have a defensive hand, I don't go all out. I just chill, relax, and don't make stupid decisions. As you can see right here, he got a heal trigger, which meant that he could get rid of 1 of the damage, and also my Panther could not hit anymore, which would put him at only 1 damage. This is crazy because right here, if he get the drive check, which also another heal trigger, that would mean that he will be at 0 damage. No way in hell that I will let this attack go through, and then he attacked me with Berserk, which was alright. Yes, I thought so. So another heal, that would mean that he just got 0 damage, which was crazy. This moment on, of course, I activated Siegfried to get a new Panther, and then I could call the Braki or the Juggernaut from my hand. The Braki is good enough because the Wonder Boy is behind it. And then, as you can see right here, what I normally do against Protect Lens is that I attack first with the weaker Vanguard, so they take that damage, then I attack with my Vanguard, so they have to PG that, and then I attack with the second Vanguard, so they'd have to PG that as well. So I keep the strong Vanguard standing, I don't use that first, so if I get crits, I give them to the Braki in this situation, and the Braki will hit a high number, and then they would have to use another PG or just take the fucking damage. In the most situations, you want them to use at least their Protect marker per turn. If they don't use the Protect marker, then they're getting ahead on you in the game. If they use the Protect marker and another Protect, or Protect marker and a PG, they should never have 2 Protect markers in their hand. But if they use a Protect and a PG, then that's perfect, and that would mean that with time you could finish them off. That's the same with Oracle Think Tank actually. You just want to make a very strong Vanguard attack that they have to PG that attack. Right here I took the damage because I don't want to take a Berserk to the face with an additional crits. So yeah, I took the Skull Dragon. I didn't want to use a PG on him yet. From this moment on, of course, to use Braki and Wonder Boy will recycle some of your shit. And also call the Juggernauts with the skill of Siegfried to make him stronger. And after doing all of that, then use the second Wonder Boy to put the Panther in the bottom. So the Panther will stay in the bottom and not be shuffled into the deck, because you don't want it shuffled to the deck yet. So again, I attack first with the weaker Vanguard to the face. They don't guard that, and then they would have to guard your Vanguard. If you get a crit, then they would have to guard the Vanguard as well. 33 to the Vanguard, then they would have to just heal and the 5k that. It's alright with me. Yep, and this is the time when I would have to use my PGs, because his Vanguards will get ridiculously high. But as you can see from this moment on, he had 2 PGs in his hand, which means that you could survive one turn. Yeah, so Skill Dragon will get very strong, and again, no way in hell that I will let this attack go through. But he attacked first with the Vanguard, meaning that I could PG that. He got nothing in his drive check, which is bad for him, good for me. A Skill Dragon will go for a Baraki, which is good. I don't mind. I have the mini guard in my hand, so I could just call that. But first, call the Wonder Boy to reshuffle the draw to your deck. As you can see, there are small decisions that you always make with the Wonder Boy if you use him first, or you use the skill of Siegfried first. I also used the skill of Juggernaut, but I wanted to do that in one time. So Juggernaut will get the extra 10k, and Mini Guard will get the extra 10k. As you can see, I attack first with the Vanguard. If you ask me why, it's because they would never take this attack. If I get a crit, they lose. And if they want to take that risk, well, sure, I really don't mind. So yeah, and that's when I attacked the Vanguard, and he had to PG that attack. After that, of course, attack with the mini guard, and they could guard that or just take that. It doesn't have a crit. Well, attack the rear guard right here because I wanted to see what he has in his hand, and he really wanted to defend that. He also got a trigger, and he gave the trigger to the Vanguard. In this situation, just get rid of his blue blood, I think. Yeah, blue blood. Dancing Cutlass skill, Berserk skill, Skull skill, making a strong field again. Only 2 cards in his hand. Even if that is a PG, then I still got this game. 44 to the Vanguard crit 2, another PG. He didn't expect that. Blue blood attacked. Of course, 28 Interceptor. He was thinking, what? I said, yep, 28. And then Skill Dragon to the face, which doesn't have an extra crit. I really don't understand why he didn't attack my Juggernaut. If he did attack my Juggernaut, then I would have a weaker turn. I didn't have any Braki left in my deck, so any Juggernaut left in my deck, so I didn't use the skill of Juggernaut to call a new one. Just a Braki with the skill of Siegfried. Attack the Vanguard, got the heal. Heal 1, another heal. Heal 2. And then the 38. His Vanguard is 12, of course, so we had to take that. GG. Why did I win this game? First of all, I had enough shield in my hand. I did relax. He got 2 heals in the early game, which mostly will cost you the game as a spike for the player. But if you chill, relax, you could still win that. With 1 Skill Dragon in his drop zone, it was okay for me to guard. His blue blood never got through, never got his hit ability. And as you can see, I committed to the field, but in a smart way. I didn't make any minuses, I just wanted to make a lot of pluses and keep a very strong defensive hand. As you can see in this, even without the 2 heals that I drive checked, I did have a defensive hand for last turn, which was good. So if you have questions about this deck or my deck build, I could talk with you if you have questions, and I could explain to you what deck should be played by you, because it's really up to you to make your deck your own. And this situation, I did put some defensive cards in here because again, against GBlue and against Oracle Think Tank and Kagero, I think those 3 are the let's say the hardest matchups to play. You have to be smart about how to build your deck and how to win. So yeah, thanks guys for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more videos like this, I could make to you guys more videos like this, so that you guys just enjoy it. yeah, and also if you have questions about, and if there is a matchup that you really definitely want to see, we could do that as well. Thanks guys for watching. Until next time.